Really quickly before we get into the video, we need to talk about guitar. I know there's a lot of you out there who have asked me about learning guitar, and there's a number of you who have asked me, man, I'm just really not good at this. I've been trying super hard and I'm just not getting anywhere. Is it just hopeless for me? I would say no. Now I know looking at something like this, can look very intimidating, especially when it looks so easy to do, but when you try to do it, it's next to impossible. You have to start from the basics. Without a strong foundation, you will never be able to get to that point. If you want to have a fantastic foundation to expand your guitar horizons, Guitario is offering a 26-week Basics of Acoustic Guitar course. Now, I know a lot of you are metalheads and you're thinking to yourselves, I don't want to play these grandpa's guitars. I know a lot of metalheads, including myself, who play acoustic guitar on the regular. I am not very good at acoustic guitar, and I could probably learn a thing or two from these lessons. I actually use it as a way of increasing my finger strength. If you can play something that's very metal on an acoustic guitar with thick strings, and then you go back to your electric guitar with standard gauge, you will shred it. You get personal coaching from Nate Savage, who is a fantastic instructor. You get assignments to work on each week. You learn the 5 pillars of acoustic guitar playing. And by the end of 26 weeks, you'll be able to play 5 songs by hit artists. If you want to take part in this, please follow the link below. I will also have the links up on my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. This course is $197, and I'm sure you're asking yourself, well, I could go get this for free on a separate platform. That's possibly true, but you will not have remotely the same amount of quality. Guitario has been a sponsor of the channel for many months now. I have faith in their product. I would put this over any other free option. So go ahead, follow the link in the description so that they know that I sent you there, and let's get on with the video. Rock on. Hey guys, it is Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are looking at something that blew my mind. As some of you may have seen on Twitter a couple weeks ago, I discovered that the Backstreet Boys are releasing a new album later this month. That was slightly mind-blowing to me. I thought they were just done. I mean, I'm sure they're still going on tours and shit. They got to pay for their big homes and shit, but I mean, wow, they're releasing new material. For those of you who watch this channel, yes, I was highly skeptical of what was going to be put out. But let's take a look at it for ourselves. Let's dig into it.
I've been to Paris, made my way down to Rome.
First big surprise to me, those are real instruments in their hands. I'm not necessarily surprised that they know how to play instruments to some proficiency, more specifically that they actually incorporated real instruments into their song. Aren't real instruments kind of passé nowadays, unless it's sampled and repeated 1,000 times over? They're doing a 6-1, 4-1 bounce between these chords, kind of doing a poppy sliding intervals thing on the guitar. I mean, yeah, it's pretty standard.
But I could care less, 'cause I was all alone, and there ain't no way to touch your body.
Feel however you want to about the Backstreet Boys. One thing is for sure, these guys have great voices. I don't know how much they do or don't write their own material. I mean, I'm sure back in the day they had a lot of people writing their material for them, but nowadays, I don't know, so can't necessarily speak to that, although it's not a terrible composition.
Over the phone, I've been all around the world, done all there.
What the fuck was that?
All around the world, all around the world, all around the world.
At first, I thought it was a blatant accident, and I was about to make fun of it for like, how could you miss that in editing? And then listening back to it, I'm sure 100 times, but they do that shit throughout the song, and I'm like, what are you thinking? It sounds really awful and unnatural, and that's kind of one of the things that's a big letdown for me is it's so obvious that they did a lot of vocal manipulation with effects in this one. It's absolutely blatant that they've been pitch corrected, and not because they necessarily need it, it's for effect. Their voices are good enough that you don't need to do that. You ruin the performance.
There ain't no place, ain't no place like you. There ain't no place.
It's a decent chorus, it's catchy. Overall, I actually kind of like the message. Now, they do slip in an obnoxious amount of pop cliches, which just becomes mind-numbing after a while because you've heard all this shit before. But I will say, there is a certain art as to saying something different the exact same way that everyone else has said it. That's part of the art of writing a pop song.
You're my daybreak.
There it is again.
Daybreak, daybreak, daybreak. daybreak.
How is this pleasing to anyone's ears? Like, even by pop listener standards, isn't that shit grating? Isn't that unnatural and just sounds like crap? I don't know, for me it's a deal breaker.
And all around the world, there is little, but you'll always be the home I wanna come home to.
Now look, I know all these songs kind of sound the same. I mean, pop music recycles itself. Who would have guessed? I've never talked about that before a million times. But you gotta give some props to that chorus melody. Super singable, great harmonies. As modernized as this song is for the Backstreet Boys, it still has a distinct Backstreet Boys style, and I think that's admirable. People ask me a lot about the evolution of a band and how should they evolve or how much should they evolve. I would say this is a pretty natural evolution, and it's very much still commercial for today's standards of pop. What the fuck is on your legs? No, seriously, what the fuck is that? This isn't you making a fashion statement. This isn't you being ironic. You are wearing this unironically while you're relaxing at home with your kids. The fuck's the matter with you? And you're wearing it in front of your daughters? That's fucking child abuse, dude. You need to call Child Protective Services on this dude's ass. It is incredibly awkward watching you pretend to play basketball while singing a song at the same time. There's no joke here, I just want to shame you. Wherever you are, baby, that's where. Okay, this one needs a big ol' minute to be focused on. While it does seem more natural for you to be singing with your family while you're cooking, it is so awkward watching you in your own kitchen wearing that stupid fucking chef's hat. On top of that, as a person who had a job being a cook for a while, watching you dancing around with a knife in your hand and a loved one on your arm gives me anxiety through the fucking roof. That is a good way to kill someone. Unless that was actually your plan all along and this song is just your alibi. But Your Honor, I loved my family. See, I wrote this entire song right before they were brutally murdered, talking about how much I loved them. Also, have you read the book If I Did It by O.J. Simpson? It's such a fascinating read. You'll always be the home I wanna come home to. I'll also give them this. The rise in dynamic and development of the arrangement throughout the song is actually nice. It doesn't feel flat, even though the composition is stupidly simple. With the exception of the brutal abortion that is the vocal effects they added to their voices, I actually like the production on this quite a bit. No place like you. I told you. I fucking told you. Look at him, holding the basting brush and the knife in the same hand so he can call it an accident. I'm sure he was like, I love you, son. Bitch, if you come any closer to me, I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Do you like the song?
Again. Again.
That's a perfect way to end.
Okay. That's just wholesome as hell. The Backstreet Boys found out a way to melt the heart of the music snob. Well done. Well done. Final thoughts. Obviously, this is indicative that the Backstreet Boys are in very different places in their lives now than they were. Very different places. I really do like the family angle on this. Now, obviously, the lyrics are just a lot more vague to keep it relating to any romantic relationship, but the music video angle was with the family, with the wife and kids, and I like that. Is it a realistic depiction of an average family life? No, and it's not supposed to be. I think it accurately gets across the feeling of family, especially coming from a hetero male perspective. There are some excellent shots in here that were very moving. Like, whoever directed this and shot this, it did a really good job. I will give them that. And another thing that I found pretty interesting was that you could easily see some crossover here between pop country and regular pop. It kind of meets in the middle, especially since pop country has been basically absorbing all of what used to be pop rock. All in all, I consider this good pop. It's well written, gets the point across, singable, catchy, good message. It checks all the boxes for me. So for those of you that ask me about pop or guilty pleasures of mine that I would like, you could probably throw that in this category. And I don't know how guilty of a pleasure it is. It's not a terrible song. Sophisticated? No. But bad? Definitely not bad. Those are my thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, if you like what I do on this channel, please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Become the Knight. I am leaving Patreon, so please do not support me on there. If you want to support the channel financially, you can do that through PayPal, becometheknight@gmail.com, or you can send me some Bitcoin. I do accept Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!